As we get closer and closer to the release of Dead Island 2 on the 21st of April, we're getting more and more info about the game, and not all of this info is actually from the developers Dambuster Studios themselves. Some of this info is from other companies such as IGN that have got access to the game early, and from IGN, they didn't just get access to the game early, but with that early access, they gave us the first 11 minutes of gameplay, and in this video, we're going to be analysing these 11 minutes of gameplay and going over what to expect from the intro of Dead Island 2, since of course that's covering the intro of Dead Island 2. Not all of the intro, I doubt the entire intro is just 11 minutes long, but we'll be analysing the beginning of the game, and I mean right at the beginning of the game, the first 11 minutes of gameplay. So let's waste no more time and let's get into this. So to of course be able to analyze this gameplay, we need to actually look at the gameplay. So let's head over to YouTube and take a look at it. So here it is. This is the first 11 minutes of gameplay from IGN of Dead Island 2. This is right at the beginning of the game. So we're just going to go through this. I'm going to point out areas that I think are definitely worth looking at. So let's just get into it. Okay, so straight off the bat here, you can see that we are wounded, and obviously that we are taking quite a bit of damage here. At the moment, we don't know what character we are. As you can see, we have clearly been stabbed, or at least something has obviously stabbed us there, whether it was a person or an object, we don't know. As you can see, we're pretty injured and we are not in good condition, but we do manage to stand up, and this is where you do get instant access to control your character. Of course, your vision is very limited, as you can see, since you're practically dying, but we are obviously in what is the aftermath of a plane crash. Now, there is a first aid kit there, well, a med kit as it calls it in the game, and obviously, well, we're attempting to go and grab that, but we can't. But either way, this is a plane crash. Now, this is basically the aftermath of that, and this is set after Dead Island 1. So this is a plane crash after Dead Island 1. We don't really know where it is in the sort of storyline after Dead Island 1, if it's, you know, as soon as Dead Island 1 finishes, or if it's a couple years later. But what we do know is that it is set within Los Angeles, so this plane crash, we assume, has happened in Los Angeles and somewhere in LA. We don't exactly know the exact location, but either way, it looks like they are escaping that plane now, and as you can see, this has caused quite a bit of damage. There's a massive fire going on, and someone has actually shot a flare into the air, so obviously they are, you know, they're trying to get some help, and it looks like we are going to be making our way over there. It'll make sense, it's obviously, you know, that's going to be a place to get to safety. And it doesn't take long to get our first weapon. As you can see on the left, we get access to a weapon, and then we use that to be able to destroy this box and continue on. Obviously, this has, you know, this has caused a lot of damage, and at the moment we're just continuing on to that flare, and as you can see, most people did not survive this at all. So we're still making our way through this plane crash. This was a massive crash, and it's, you know, opened up loads of different areas to explore, but yeah, this has caused a lot of damage. At the moment, we're still making our way over to that flare, just following obviously the linear path that it's given us. As you can see there, a turbine, an engine of the plane is still going, and that's where the flare was, and there you go, that has exploded. I suppose that was going to happen at some point, but that is definitely not going to help our cause of being severely injured and everything like that. But yeah, we're just continuing on through this linear path. There's basically no open world yet or anything, since of course we're just in the intro, but we do have access to our first weapon, and we are just continuing on to where the flare was shot at, and that was right here. So obviously, yeah, we are able to sprint now, which is a pretty useful mechanic. Definitely something you'll be using a lot when you are running away from those zombies. And here we are about to go into a cutscene. Obviously, we've made it out of the main area of the crash, really. Obviously, the main bits of damage, and as you can see, yeah, another flare has been shot into the air. So here we are about to enter a cutscene, and I'll play the audio for this cutscene so you can just sort of get an idea. Of course, if you want no spoilers, then skip ahead, or well, don't watch this video, but I'll play the audio now.
Anyone hurt?
Just a few bruises. I think we got lucky. I'm Michael.
Ryan.
Oh, this is fucking tremendous.
Emma, darling, I'm so sorry about Robert.
Why? I mean, this is all his fault, the selfish wanker. Will you stop standing there and find me some fucking shoes?
Hey, buddy. You got blood coming out of your ears. You know that?
What? I can't hear you. I got blood coming out of my ears.
Well, I mean, what are we going to do?
Stay off the menu.
People, this is Emma Jaunt. Of course, you know what a huge star she is, Romero winner no less. We need to get her home to safety.
What was that?
Careful.
Here goes. Oh, hey.
My wife.
She's alive. Feel a pulse.
Get this off me.
Give me a hand here, come on. Come on.
Michael, help.
Ready? Lift.
It's too heavy. I think they're getting closer. We need to go.
I'm not just gonna leave them here to die.
I mean, perhaps we should stay.
Darling, the world needs you. They'll protect them.
Wait, what?
Okay, Michael, if you're sure. Here is my address, in case you change your mind. Good luck.
Seriously?
I'll call the army. Send help. Go.
Hey, are you Emma Trant?
Great. Great. Someone else made it.
So there you go, that was the cutscene when we got introduced to Michael and some other characters, but of course they're gone. Now here we are in our first bit of combat with a zombie. This is where we're meeting our very first zombie of the game. Now we do have a weapon to take this zombie out, not the best weapon in the world, but it will do, and we are able to get introduced to our first bit of combat within Dead Island 2. Some really smooth gameplay there, looks really, really clean. Now of course we have two survivors with us in critical condition, and all we've got is a pretty useless weapon and loads of zombies around us, and obviously you're not in the best health either. So you are able to find another weapon, and then you are introduced to a couple more zombies, which is never going to make life easier. So you do get some more combat, and obviously if you're into combat already this early into the game, just a couple minutes in, then it's no doubt that it is going to play a massive part throughout the entirety of the game. So you get to take out another 3 or 4 zombies, and then yeah, we'll have to see where that takes us. So after taking out those zombies, an explosion happens around the plane, and then obviously it's probably a good idea to go back and check on those survivors, since of course one of them was trapped and one of them, well, the wife was in very, very bad condition, and they are called Angelina, of course, there you can see. So it's best to go ahead and check out how they are, which is what you do. And Joshua as well. Joshua is obviously one that trapped. You tried to help him up, but obviously you couldn't, since it was too heavy for the 3 of you. And obviously, yeah, he's really not in the best of shape, and I'm going to play this cutscene here now.
How the fuck are we gonna get out of this? Okay. Hey. Okay, Jesus.
Oh, God. How the fuck did this happen? It's not meant to be like this.
Okay, just, hang in there, I guess. Here. Hey, can you hear me? I got some water. See if you can drink this a little.
Hey, don't do that! I was trying to fucking help you!
Oh, what do I do? What do I do? 66 Alpine Drive. Okay.
So there you go, that was a cutscene there where obviously those two characters turn into zombies. Now obviously with this new infection, basically when you get critically injured you will turn into a zombie, and obviously a vaccine needs to be created for that in order to stop it. So yeah, obviously he does get bitten, but it looks like he is okay, and obviously he's continuing on to that address that he was given by that famous person. 66 Alpine Drive is where you're assumably going to be heading to. So obviously those people there do turn into zombies, but you manage to take them out and just about survive, and obviously not the best of ways. But there you go, those were the first 11 minutes of gameplay for Dead Island 2, the intro to the game. Obviously some pretty cool stuff goes on there, you meet some pretty interesting characters, some go and some obviously turn into zombies, so pretty interesting stuff, definitely a lot there going on. So there you go, that was an analysis of the first 11 minutes of gameplay in Dead Island 2 that we got from IGN, going over the significant points within the intro, and that basically was the entire intro to the game pretty much. But some pretty cool stuff that goes on there, you meet some characters, and yeah, some of them turn into zombies like I mentioned. Pretty cool stuff there and lots to get stuck into. Now that does just about wrap up things here. Now I have actually done a video going over 12 things that you should do before Dead Island 2 releases. A link to that video is on the screen now, so if you're interested in watching that, go ahead and join me over there.